Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by. So, a member of Elon Musk's Doge team was fired recently for some unearthed racist comments that he made on the internet. And this is bringing up a new fervor of cancel culture warriors on the right. These type of folks are saying you shouldn't lose your job for things you said years ago when you were a stupid teenager, and there's some truth to that. I think most reasonable people will agree that a 10-year-old Snapchat that came out of you in sophomore year of high school singing along to a rap song and saying a slur probably shouldn't get you fired. But this guy who got fired, this wasn't a decade ago that these posts were made. This was within the last year that this guy was making posts on the internet saying things like normalize Indian hate, that he wants a eugenics-based immigration policy, that he was racist before it was cool. These were all within the last year, and this is a grown man as well. Should be important to note when these posts were made, he was in his mid-20s. Your frontal lobe is done cooking at this point. You're a grown man. You can face some responsibility for the things that you've said. And frankly, as a tax-paying citizen, this guy, being a federal employee or under a federal employee, is being paid by my tax dollars, and I don't want racists to get paid with my money. And that may sound hypocritical because most of the people who are in our government are incredibly racist, but they can be incredibly racist in private. There is a difference between this being shoved in your face, someone's bigotry, and vile nature. Now, of course, this guy's getting a whole slew of defenders coming to his aid on the right, notably our Vice President, J.D. Vance. He took to social media to defend this guy by saying, "I obviously disagree with some of his posts, but I don't think stupid social media activity should ruin a kid's life. We shouldn't reward journalists who try to destroy people. Ever. So I say bring him back." Maybe you can find the insanity in this post once you realize that J.D. Vance is married to an Indian woman, and he has several children with her. And he's saying it's stupid social media posts to suggest normalizing hatred against your wife and child, that they want an immigration policy that would throw them out of your country. I find this so funny because for the last month or so, conservatives have been using these heat map circle graphs to show that liberals don't care about their family or that conservatives care more about the people close to them. And now our sitting vice president is throwing his own wife and children under the bus because the billionaires who line his pockets want to hire their racist friends to stick their fingers all in our paychecks. Doge has been running through the federal government right now, locking people out of buildings, changing passwords, running all of our data through their AI algorithms to try and find ways to save money. And these are all people who are not vetted by the government. Doge was just created out of the ether, and Elon Musk certainly wasn't vetted by the Senate approval committees. None of this is very surprising to me, but it is incredibly disappointing. I'm used to conservatives not having any sort of standards unless it's a double standard. So seeing the vice president not care about the obvious fomenting racism brewing towards people like his wife and their mixed race children is disappointing, but not surprising. This guy will probably end up getting his job back, so your tax dollars will go to paying this virulent bigot to go through our government and cut your funding. So when you lose your Medicaid because Doge decided we needed to save money on that, just remember this was done by a broccoli-haired Zoomer with no vetting and no governmental experience who wants to normalize hatred against an entire ethnic background. But I guess until this guy gets his job back, or I guess until Doge rips the wrong wire out of the wall and we all end up losing power, y'all try to have a good day.